welcome back, and I just want to say I hope everyone had a really wonderful Thanksgiving. I myself did not cook a whole lot of food this year because I'm tired of wasting food. I just kind of really used that time to have some downtime because you guys know I am constantly going. So in today's, I feel like my hands are super dry. So in today's video, we are going to be doing some decorations for the holidays. And there's just so much that's gonna be involved in this video, and I kind of just wanna stick to the holiday theme. And once all of this stuff is down, then you guys will get a full reveal video, a full reveal video of the living room area. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, cheap plug, so that you don't miss any of that when those videos come out. I'm so excited because I have some fun DIY in store for you guys, as well as some holiday thrift shopping ideas, and I can't wait to show you guys how to do the holidays on a budget. And then also, if you have a small space like me, how to make that work. I have some tips and tricks, so I'm really excited to share these things with you. So please make sure you stick around for the whole entire video. So like I had mentioned to you guys before, I live in a small space. It's kind of like a cottage, but it is a townhouse. So I have an upstairs and a downstairs. And you know, it's just not that big. It's definitely bigger than my tiny house, but just the way that it's laid out, I probably have a little close to 1,000 square feet, but it's split up between upstairs and downstairs. So my living room area is quite small, and I like the fact that I'll be able to show you guys how to do some different things in a small space that are also affordable. So I wanted to do a big, little Christmas. So here we go.
Hold up.
So I want to go ahead and show you guys what I did. Just so you know, this fireplace did not look like this yesterday. So I definitely did a refacing of the fireplace. That is going to be a separate video. I will run through a little bit of it in this video, but I think that this video is going to be a little long, and so I want to be able to show you the details. Just like with the backyard, I want to be able to show you guys the details. So all of those videos will be coming later on, but right now I'm just trying to get the meat and potatoes, you know, the vegan meat and potatoes out to you guys. You guys should see my slippers. Aren't they so cute? I mean, they're off camera, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys my cute slippers because they wanted to make a debut. They're so cute. Anyway, so I will be showing you guys how I created this beautiful space behind me. This was a one-day reface makeover, but we'll get to that a little bit later on in the video. Anyway, I digress. I got something in my eye. Can you see it? Can you blow in my eye? Why do people do that? Like, what was the point? Like, I don't understand. Let me blow it. Like, what's that gonna do? So I am really excited to get started on this holiday redo. I went into the stash of things that I have, and yes, there are things that I store that I need. And I keep saying that because so many comments come through about, you got too much stuff, you need to get rid of that, you should downsize, and I'm like, I keep trying to tell you, I have tools, I have supplies, I have props, I have things that I need, and quite frankly, there's stuff that I just don't want to keep having to rebuy every year. So I did have some Christmas stuff in my storage unit. I did end up giving my trees away, and I had this really beautiful like 9-foot tree, and then I had a small pencil tree that was outside of my tiny house. But I knew that I had no use for them when I was going to Mexico, so I gave them to my nephews in Las Vegas, but I still had one small bin that I kept of a few things. So I had my star, and that was the only thing I had in Mexico was the star that I have on top of this tree. And the reason why I have that is because I actually bought that last year. I bought one for my daughter and myself when I came to visit here last year, and Lowe's was having their after Christmas sale, and so I got my star. I think it was like 70% off, so it was probably about $2 or $3. So I bought one for me, one for my daughter. So that right there, I already got a little bit of savings, because like I said, we are doing Christmas on a budget. Trust me, you haven't heard anything yet. But I knew I needed a tree to go with said star. And given the way that my space is set up now, I have a very organic, modern style. That's kind of always been me. I'm a tree hugger at heart, and so I like things that you find in nature. I love black. I gravitate towards black because of its boldness and because of how it will ground and anchor a space. I love animal prints like I'm wearing now. I love texture and neutral colors and woods and all of those things that you would find in nature, and I gravitate towards that. I know what my style is, and then sometimes I will go outside the box and do something that's completely like avant-garde and funky and different, like my guest room in my house in Mexico, even though it was still nature inspired, because it had all of the big flowers and everything, and that was my dark, moody, botanical, the beehive, I called it. If you haven't saw that video, then you're really missing out. I will link that video for those of you who are new to the channel. Please go check out my guest room. It was amazing. I was so sad when I had to take it all apart, but I'm back in the States and I'm closer to my family, so it's definitely worth it. All right. So I also knew that I wanted to do something different. And this is becoming somewhat of a trend, I guess. You guys know how I feel about trends, but this is becoming somewhat of a trend, having a, you ready? Black Christmas tree. And I don't know if you can tell, you probably think that that was just a dark, you know, like an emerald green back there, but no, her is black. She is black as black as black as black, okay? And I love it. So I do have to stop here and say thank you to one of my brand partners, Costway, for gifting me that black Christmas tree. I knew I wanted a black Christmas tree. It's not for everybody, trust me, I get it. But for me, I have done green, I have done white, I've done blue, I've done silver, I've done so many colors in Christmas trees, and you know, I wanted to do something different. Now in this house, I don't have a lot of space, like I said, so I knew that I would do better with a tall, slim, they call it a pencil tree. I've had the pencil tree before and I love them because they don't take up a lot of space, and that's what I ended up doing in here, and I love it. So again, as I mentioned, I did get my tree gifted to me from Costway. I called up my little secret Santa. Well, she's not really a secret, not to me, but she's a secret to you guys. So I called up my Santa over at Costway, and within 3 days, guys, my tree was here. And she showed up playing that music. It was so cute. But anyway, here's my tree, tall, dark, and beautiful, just like I like it. Okay, so leaning into my design style, I wanted to make sure that my holiday festivities or, you know, my Christmas decor tied into and was cohesive with my everyday decor. I knew that I wanted to use a lot of natural elements, so let me show you guys my mood board. So as you can see, I had a black tree on there, simple white lights, and I also wanted to tie in the pine cones, which are used heavily this time of year, and I wanted to have other natural elements in there. And one of the colors that I wanted to use was aqua, and it is also a color that I use in my palette in my living room. I did end up tying that color into the decorations on my tree. And the other reason why I wanted to have some aqua in here is because that blue reminds me of water, and it is also something that you would find in nature. I'm not sure how many of you guys actually thought about that, but yes, aqua blue is actually a natural color. You're welcome. Okay, let's move on. Now, because people use pine cones heavily in this time of year, it was perfect for me because I just wanted the natural pine cones. I didn't need them to be painted or anything like that, but I knew I was going to gravitate towards them. So it really was a blessing to me when I went into my local thrift store and they had these oversized pine cones. And they were only 50 cents each. I loved them. They're so beautiful. And I knew that was a steal because those extra large pine cones go for at least $5 to $7 a piece. If you find them on Etsy or Amazon or something like that, they can get quite expensive. And I got 7 of them. So I saved big time by copping those from the thrift store, and they were in great condition. I'm not even sure if they were actually ever used for anything, but they weren't dusty or anything like that. They just looked like fresh new pine cones, and so I definitely had to cop those. As far as the black noir Christmas trees, they are usually available around Halloween. So if this is something that you think you might want to do next year, wait right until the day after Halloween and then go buy yourself a black Christmas tree. Don't buy the lights though, because they are usually purple or orange or some weird color green or something. Like maybe if you're into that for Christmas, but it will really look too Halloween-esque if you do that. So I would just say if you want to get a good deal on a black tree, wait until right after Halloween next year and get yours. But if you want a black Christmas tree this year, you still have time. Go ahead and go to costway.com and grab yourself a black or white or green or pink or blue. They have a really pretty blue one, and I fought myself on it, but it's an ombre and it goes from dark blue to medium blue to light blue. It's so pretty, and it's a pencil tree, and you can get it in the 7-foot or the 8-foot. So definitely I would go over there and look at the trees that they have on costway.com. And you don't have to do the black pencil tree. You can do a full-on tree with, you know, if you have the space for it. I don't, so I went with a pencil tree. But definitely get over to costway.com and check out the trees and check out some of the other things on their website. I have a few videos coming up down the pike that I'm going to be showing you guys some of the nice things that I intertwined with my decor from Costway. Thank you, Costway. So I was really happy when I got my tree. I started pulling it out the box, and of course, you know, she looked a little bit thirsty. I had to definitely zhuzh her up. You know, you gotta pull everything apart because they're so compacted in the box, but I just zhuzhed her up and, you know, started playing around with her branches and everything. And I was so excited to go ahead and start setting up my tree. So let's go ahead and segue into that. So I knew that I wanted to give it a little bit more of a airy kind of flow to it, because you know, yeah, I get it, they can look a bit plasticky, and so I didn't want that. I wanted it to have some flow to it. How do you do that? I started my search out on the internet, and I started looking for some big black feathers, and I saw some of the pampas, but not the natural stuff, because that stuff just like falls off and flies all over the place. So no, not that, but the more feathery kind of pampas grass. And I looked at the price and I was like, okay, so we're looking at $22, $24.99, you know, just depends on the length that you wanted. And I didn't want any like little baby ones, I wanted the big ones. So clearly we were looking at about $25. And I started thinking, wait a minute, I have some of those, but they were beige, tan. Cut to shenanigans. Y'all knew the shenanigans was coming, so don't even act like you didn't know. I went into my little tool closet and I found some black spray paint. I went with matte, but yeah, so y'all already knew this was coming. Y'all don't call me Miss MacGyver for nothing. Look how pretty and flowy. Okay guys, so I want to show you something. You know, if you have a set of needle nose pliers, you may not realize that these two blades right here are actually wire cutters. So I have these feathers here, but I want to cut them down short so I can stick them into my tree. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them into the cutters here, and then there you go. So double duty, needle nose, wire cutter. You see what I mean? They came out so cute. Like I was like, why didn't I paint these before? But anyway, I guess because they knew they needed to be painted for Christmas. The next thing I needed was some lights for my Christmas tree. And again, I'm online, I'm looking, and they were just too expensive. So I decided to, guess what, guys? You already know. So I already had these mini lights, but they had green cords, and with a black tree, that's gonna look really tacky. And they're like, no, that would drive me absolutely bonkers. So I taped them off, and I'm going to spray paint the cords black. I'm doing 100 at a time because they're in bundles. But yeah. I spray painted the bitches. So because this was taking so long and I needed to flip it over, I decided to just go ahead and tape all of them like this, and then come over it with another piece of tape like this. That's way faster, and that way I can flip it over. Again, if you decide to do something like this, you can snatch up some of this stuff right after Halloween, and then you'll be ready for Christmas at like 70% off. So you see what I mean, guys? Like if you have something at home and you're not using it, and it's just like kind of taking up space somewhere else or in a closet, and you're like, I'll use it some, like try to find out if you can use it for another application if you changed something about it. So if you changed its size, maybe you need to cut it down, maybe you need to extend it, maybe you need to make it shorter, taller, maybe you need to just change the color. And I will spray paint the out of something in a heartbeat. You could have decorations from a birthday party or New Year's or something, and you're like, yeah, I really don't want this color, I want it to be pink. Spray paint that shit. You know, I don't want this blanket anymore, but I still love the fabric, and I would like to just have it as make it into a pillowcase. Like, don't play with me. You know, like there's other things that you can do with stuff. Even if it's coming down to making gifts for someone else, look through your house and see what it is that you're not using that you could probably turn into a gift for someone. And you know, somebody who just got a new puppy or a kitten or something, you know, you could always just make a present for their pet. It doesn't necessarily have to be for that person. They might be the hardest person to shop for, but if they have an animal and you show love to them through their animal, that's gold right there. Because if somebody loves your fur baby, that's gold. And those of you out there who have fur babies, you already know, like, if I give you something, you might be like, oh, thank you. But if I give you something for Little Biscuit over here, you gonna lose your mind. You gonna lose your mind, like, wow. So guys, have you already started adding up the savings? Okay, let me just go ahead and break it down for you. So if you take the tree and you add the $25 I saved getting my pine cones at the thrift store, the $25 that I saved spray painting my boa feathers, if you count the $25+ I saved on spray painting my lights, let's see, I already got my star. My star I got for 70% off last year after Christmas. So if you add up all of that, I'm already at about $175 savings, give or take a few dollars. Can you say cha-ching? Okay, I told y'all, a big little Christmas. Okay, so when it came to my tree skirt, I saw something that I liked in one of my inspiration photos. It had that fur along the bottom, and I really liked that. I had this pillowcase, I wasn't using it, so y'all already know I went ahead and MacGyvered that thing. Just be careful when you're cutting around the fur so you don't take too much off. So I took the pillowcase, I cut it in half. And if you're very careful, you won't have too much mess. So as you can see, now I have two linear parts. Now look at that, guys, okay? Free 99. And I know I didn't pay a lot for that pillowcase because I got that in the auction. Remember I told you guys about the auction in Las Vegas? So yeah, it matched up with my inspiration really well. I like the way it came out. I just went ahead and shimmied it to the side a little bit so that I could fit the other part on, and then it would wrap all the way around from the front to the back. I mean, come on, MacGyver. I left the back part of it on, so if I ever want to do like a long pillow, kind of like, hold on. If I ever want to do a long pillow, kind of like one of these, I can still do that. Okay, right, all right. So I ended up saving even more money because at the same thrift store that I got my pine cones from, they were having this really, really awesome deal when it came to bulbs. Now, one of the reasons why I like thrifting my bulbs is because you end up finding some things that are kind of unique. I also like finding those sort of antique, older looking pieces that are different and you know, they're a mood, they're a whole vibe of their own. And at that time, the day that I went in, they were having a special where they give you a bag, and I mean like the large freezer bag, baggie, and you, as many bulbs as you can fit in that bag, you get for $1. I kid you not. I feel like all of us need to be trying to do what I'm doing right now, and that's save money and hold on to our dollars, as much of our dollars as we possibly can, and support small businesses. I'm a small business, by the way, just so y'all know. Let me throw that in there, a little cheap plug. I am a small business, so if you're looking for somebody to support, LaShawnWill.com. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, we all need to be a little bit more conscious about where we spend our dollars and how much of our dollars we actually spend. and I could be shooting myself in the foot because, of course, yes, I want you to buy things that I promote. I want you to go to this website. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. But at the end of the day, you can only do what you can. And also, I don't feel good about telling somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. So, you know, for the record, I would buy things from Costway even if they weren't sending them to me. I did not have anything else going on with them, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and get a Christmas tree. And so I reached out to my agent over there, and it was like, you know, if she doesn't send me the tree, I'll end up buying it anyway. But she was like, oh, no problem, and sent it. I'm just saying that because the last thing I want to do is come across like some sort of fake or phony. Hell, I'm gonna make it do what it do. So I just need to be transparent with y'all. So anyway, I would love to have had a tall black cylindrical pot, but we are working with what we have. And one of those pots online is going to run you about a cool, smooth $60 or $70 negative. So we are about trying to save some money and using what we have. And this was a pot that I already had, and I had it since I was in Las Vegas. Actually, I gave it to my daughter, and then when I moved here, she said I was Indian given because I took it back. I said, well, you still haven't used it. It's been over a year. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that up off you. So like, she gets so mad because I go into her house now and I'm like we got into this whole thing about my sewing machine the other day. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I still do not have a new sewing machine. So if anybody is interested in donating to my sewing machine, you can do that over on the membership site over at my coffee, or you can just send me a Cash App or whatever. I always link these things in the description for those of you who like supporting in that way. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all of my coffee supporters. So with that said, so let's get into the star of the show. Well, no, actually my tree is the star of the show. The co-star of the show, like you guys, the co-stars. So the tree is the star of the show. The fireplace, the co-stars. Before we get into that, let's take a trip to Lowe's.
One day later.
Hey guys, all right, so I am about to head over to Lowe's. I have to get a couple things so I can finish up this project. But yeah, okay, so let's head over to Lowe's. Okay. If you're looking for pool noodles, they're gonna be hard to find this time of year, but you can always come and get some of this polyfoam, which is very similar. It's, you know, hollow in the middle, but you can use it for the same exact thing that you would use for the pool noodles. So I'm gonna get one of these and use that instead. Okay, so I needed a few pieces of wood. You'll see why in a little bit, but right now I'm going through the stack to try and find some straight ones. You pretty much just put it up to your eyeball and look straight down for any warps. See you later.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Okay guys, so I'm headed back now. I wasn't able to get everything that I needed from Lowe's, and yeah, I think we're boycotting Home Depot, Walmart, Home Goods, Home Sense, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. I'm in a chokehold right now. I know I can order online certain things, but They're gonna take a couple days to get here, and I'm trying to get this video done, and so you guys can be watching it like now, like you're watching it, right? Because I love y'all. I know y'all love me. Don't forget to hit that like button, okay? Give your girl some love. Show me some love in them comments. Throw me up some hearts, some Christmas trees, something, okay? All right, so let's get back to the house so we can finish up these projects. Okay, one side down, one side to go. Okay, it's still really dirty, but yeah, so now the fireplace is cut. So this travertine fireplace was my inspiration. Y'all didn't think I was putting real travertine in a rental. Stop playing. And this is what I needed the wood for, to build a ledge at the bottom. Now, because I had this piece of wood here exposed, I need to cover that up. Mexican version of liquid nails. This is something that I did not plan on using. Oh, it looks great. Well, I like it. Okay, so I cut that in half. Okay, so just to give you an idea of what I'm trying to do here. Remember how peaceful y'all thought my workspace was gonna be? Listen to my neighbor's dog. That's him all day. Okay, I primed my faux stone edges and then gave it a watered down wash, and as you can see, it now looks like stone. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted to give you guys a couple little sneak peeks about how I got from point A to point B, but I definitely want to do a separate video and show you guys way more detail on this. But yes, it is actually just a travertine paper. It's just a peel and stick travertine up there, and it looks great. I absolutely love it. Compared to what it was like before, I hated it. I'm like, why? It's like, who does that? I mean, so disgusting. But the good thing is, the way everything is up here, it's all removable. So we are literally talking about 2 screws, duct tape, command strips, Velcro, and a little bit of liquid nails, but not attached to anything behind it. Liquid nails to attach things to what I built, the frame, basically the little ledge that I put here, because before it was just straight on the floor, but now it's up a little bit higher. It comes up 2 inches now, and so that's where the liquid nails comes into play, because trust me, I want my security deposit back. And so yeah, we're literally talking about patching up 2 screw holes when I take this down, and that's it. So now I know how I can do something like this for under $30. Here we go. let me just point out, this is electric. If you can't tell, this is electric. I don't have the heat on, but the heat blows directly out. It doesn't blow up or, you know, fan all around. So it just comes straight out. I'm not worried about the paper up there because I had it on all day yesterday and no problems whatsoever. So I'm pretty happy with it. This is not something you would want to do if you have actual fire coming out of your fireplace. So I would think you guys would know that. I don't think I have to mention it, but let me just throw that disclaimer out there. Do not try to do something like this if you have actual fire, because then all this stuff is gonna probably melt or something. Like, it's not gonna hold up at all. Okay, so adding in more details about my space, my decor, my tree. I knew that the pine cones, being as large as they are, would only sit properly at the base of the tree where the branches are longer and they can actually hold the pine cones. As you get higher where the tree starts to ascend, the branches get shorter. Obviously, that's how they make the trees, but I needed smaller pine cones. So I had large and I wanted medium and small.
I got these medium-sized pine cones from the Dollar General, and they have a cinnamon fragrance to them, which I love. Smells really good, and I like that these are medium size. These ones are really large. And I got these smaller pine cones from the Dollar General, and they do not have a fragrance like the other ones, but they're going to help me graduate the sizes from large, medium, and then small.
Did you hear that? I think I spent like $10 at Dollar General for all of that stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I threw in a bag of potato chips, but yeah, I think it was like $10 at the Dollar General. I keep getting hair in my mouth. Y'all like this wig? Cause it's cute to me. Okay, so all right, so anyway, let's get back into the details and some of the other elements, accoutrements, and DIY that I did to curate this beautiful backdrop behind me. No, not my face. This beautiful backdrop behind me. Anyway, so yeah, Target had the cutest felt pieces. So I got one of the, you know, like if somebody's building a town, so they had like the town, the houses and stuff. They had different colors, but the black and white one with the gold trim went perfect with what I was doing. And so I ended up getting that, and the cute little Christmas trees. They look like they came from Whoville, which I also loved. I almost did a Candyland theme here, but I changed my mind. I might do that next year. I also ended up getting a reindeer, and my reindeer was so cute, but he was navy blue. Didn't really go with the theme, even though I loved the navy blue. And I say, if you can paint it, paint it. Honestly, if you can paint it, paint it. My reindeer looks great now that she is black, and now she's just popping with her little gold antlers and stuff. You can't tell her nothing. I just love it. And I also did acquire one of those little town figurines of, you know, of a house. It's ceramic, and you can just plug it in and all the lights will come on. It looks really cool. And those things usually run about $20-30 a piece. So I acquired that from a garage sale, not your typical garage sale. I'm going too fast, so let me go back. I actually went to one of my local antique malls / thrift mall. I knew that when I was in there, I had seen this mirror, and I'm bringing up the mirror because I knew above the fireplace I wanted to put a wreath, and I knew I needed a pretty substantial wreath in order for it to have the effect and the punch that I wanted it to have above this fireplace. I knew that I wanted that mirror. So I was fighting with myself, and then I came to the conclusion, I'm going to go and see if that mirror is there. And if it's there, I'm going to buy it. I get in the store. So I was too happy. She was like, wow, it's $35. Already, I knew how much it was before, but she was like, it's $35. I'll go ahead and give it to you for $30. I'm gonna tell you right now, I saved a lot of coin, even at $30. Even at $35, I would have still saved a lot of coin. So I knew that I wanted this mirror because it ties into my space. It ties into my organic, modern theme, and no matter where I go, I knew that this mirror was one of those pieces that I would want to keep in my possession. Sometimes there are things that I have in my design collections that I know I am not letting go of. Like, y'all gonna have to peel it out of my hands type of things. And I absolutely adore this mirror. So I'm in there. I also grabbed a couple of other cute things. These are so cute.
Thank you. So when I picked these up, she gave me the set 2 for $5, but it still had its original tag on it, though dusty. It was $20 for this bigger one and $15 for the smaller one. And I got both for $5.
How cute. What else did I get? Oh, I also grabbed this. Isn't she cute? Eve? She's so cute. It's the cutest little tote bag. And the tote bag also brand new, still had the tags on it. And it was $40, I think $39.99. And I got that bag for $10. So I decided that I was going to just do this and fill this up with things for my grandson instead of a stocking. So this will be filled with things that he loves, his little cars and all of that stuff, some books and whatnot. And then I also have a gift for myself because I'm gonna end up keeping the bag, right? Win-win-win. So yeah. And my other grandson, his stuff gets mailed to him, so he doesn't need a stocking here. He has a stocking in his own house. And then while I was there, I was talking to the woman, and she told me that she was having a garage sale, but actually it's like a huge warehouse. So needless to say, I told my daughter about it. I was like, we need to go check it out. So we drove over there. At the time she told us to come, and there were already a bunch of people in there, and I got a big box full of things for $10. I got the little house that's what kind of led me to this story. Was I got the little ceramic house, got that for $1. Got my big gigantic teddy bear here for $1. Like, actually no, I'm lying, the teddy bear was free because I had paid for everything that was in the box already. And I went back and I asked her, how much is the teddy bear? And she was like, don't worry about it, just take it. Girl, you ain't gotta tell me twice. You just said number the word. Me and Teddy, we walked our asses right up on out of there. And so yeah, so now he's sitting there looking as cute as can be. I brought him home, and you know, a lot of time he was brand new again. Still, this woman had all this stuff with all the tags still on it. I think I need to get my hot chocolate. Hold on. Okay, so like I was saying, I got my teddy bear and brought him home, and even though, you know, he was brand new, he was still probably dusty from sitting in that warehouse or whatever. A lot of them were in bags though, to be honest, because he didn't come across very dusty. I just actually happened to see him sticking his head out of the bag. And so I ended up bringing him home, sprayed him down with some Lysol, and just kind of let him sit, you know, whatever, just in case there were any dust mites or anything on it. But Anyway, I think it was a great deal. $19.99 down to free $99 works for me. The burlap ribbon, the large burlap ribbon that I have going around, I had that already, so that was free $99. I know I paid for it at some point, but I didn't pay for it for this project, so free. The candles that are on top of the mantle, I already had those. I just moved some things around in here in the living room space, but those I already had, so I didn't have to spend any money for those. Truth be told, I did have a lot of this stuff already in my possession. Again, came out of my storage, my tools, my supplies, my stuff that some of y'all think I should get rid of. I don't normally do like, you know, these type of Christmassy videos. Last year I spent Christmas in Mexico, and I actually ended up going to the beach, and I did a Christmas at the beach type of video. I love that video so much. I will link that video as well. When you go watch it, tell me what you think, because a good portion of the video is actually a poem to you, my co-stars. So it makes me a little bit emotional. Okay, yeah. But with that said, please be safe. And I also want to give a special thanks to Costaway for sending me my beautiful black Christmas tree. Make sure you get over to their website and check out some of the things that they have. I know we are all trying to save money, not only for the Christmas season, but for the year we have, actually the next 4 years that we have. So if you need to buy things and you want to save some money, make sure you get over to costaway.com. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a New Year's Eve video. I think I did something last year around that time, but I can't remember. Anyway, I'm usually asleep by that time. If you guys want to go live, let me know. We can go live. I'll stay awake. I'll have some caffeine. But yeah, so let me know in the comments. And then also, if you made it this long into the video, please go ahead and do me a favor. If you don't know what to say, drop me a few Christmas trees. You can drop me a few Christmas trees anyway, or some stars, whatever. Just go ahead and drop some of those emojis in the comments for me, sending it to other people to watch, or making sure that you comment, like, subscribe. All of these actions that you take when you watch my video helps the algorithm know to go ahead and show it to other people. So let's go ahead and make this one viral. Why don't we just make this one viral? Why not? And with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Happy holidays. I love you. Bye. Cheers.